Today's video comes from a recent coin show that I went to. This coin show is actually in the Birmingham, Alabama area. It was the Alabama Numismatic Association yearly show. They had it in July 2024. And this video is going to be pretty much everything I picked up from all of the dealers, where I only bought a small number of coins from different people. So nothing here was enough to make its own video, so I just kind of lumped them all together into this one video today. And we're going to start with actually a coin that I received in change. If you haven't seen United States quarters, if you're outside of the United States, you probably have not seen how the portrait of George Washington has been redesigned in the last 3 or 4 years, and they are currently running a series of historical women. And so I got this one in pocket change. This one is featuring Maya Angelou, and it features her standing in front of the outline of a bird in front of a rising sun. So it highlights some of her poetry. And so it was minted in 2022. This one is from Denver. They also come from Philly and San Francisco if they are proofs. And so they've been going along with this series for a few years, and there's some very interesting pieces in here. So I'm glad to have them. This one has a catalog number of KM 766. I did see one dealer who had 5 foreign coins for $1 with nothing for me to pick up, and that almost never happens, that I can't find anything. But then there was a second dealer who also had 5 coins for $1, and actually found some pretty good stuff from the second dealer that had. It was a pretty small bin, so I didn't have a lot to choose from, but I will pick up this British 50 pence piece anytime I find it. This one dates back to 1980. And so it appears pretty much the same way it did in 1969, where it still has new pence on it, but just in foreign exchange value, that's worth 60 cents. Not sure how to get the foreign exchange value out of it, but I'll still pick it up some of the times that I see it. But better than that, certainly for foreign exchange value, every once in a while I will find a €2. Now, most of the dealers know that they should sell this for about at least $2 because a euro is worth more than a United States dollar, but I'm happy to pick these up in a quarter bin anytime I can. This specific one is from Belgium, from 2002, and there are 3 different variations of the Belgium €2 that you need to know about. The monarch here is Albert II. And the first version of this coin, he has his monogram, the A with the 2, Roman numeral 2 underneath it. The first version, which was minted from 1999 to 2007, the A appears on the ring. And then the second version of this coin, from 2008 to 2013, the A has moved inside the ring, so kind of an empty space on the inside. And then when the new king became Philippe in 2014, of course there is a new monarch, which will appear on the modern versions of the 2 circulating €2 coin. Next we're going to move to Switzerland, and we have the 2 Rappen coin. This one has a B mint mark at the very bottom for Bern. Some newer versions of this coin do not have a mint mark. It's going to be catalog number KM47. If you haven't seen a coin from Switzerland, their country, they call it Helvetia. This coin dates to 1955, and a lot of the older Swiss coins have a pretty good catalog value. So this one in MS60 books for $1.50. And so many of the Swiss coins have remained unchanged for over 125 years. We can't say that about the 2 Rappen. It actually changed designs following World War II. It started in 1948, and then it ran to 1974, where this 2 Rappen was discontinued, even though they still make the 1 Rappen coin. So we've got the number 2 in front of a piece of wheat. I always like it when I can find a carded coin inside of a 5 for $1 bin, so I picked up a couple of these. This one is especially since it might be well worn, but it is a pretty old coin. We see Queen Victoria on here, so it's from 1891. This is you have to go based on the size since it's well worn, but this is a half of a penny. And so even though Queen Victoria was the queen for many decades, this is, it uses the same portrait that she had in the, even in the 1840s. We flip it over and we can see just a little bit of the details here, but at the very bottom you can barely see the 1891 on this one. So, for 20 cents to get that carded, I'm happy to find it. Next we're going to move to the Mexico 10 pesos, and no, I don't think they're charging $10 for this one. They were charging $1 at one point. Someone tried to do that. So here's our 10 pesos coin. I'll go back to that side in a moment, but we do have as usual, we have the eagle caught a snake standing on a cactus design. This coin is from 1998. Now, the Mexican new peso began in, I think it was 1993. And at that time, the 10 peso actually had silver on the inside, and it stayed that way until 1996, I think. But they moved this. They removed the precious metals out of it. At the same time, they removed the new or nuevo from the design of the coin. So the silver version is going to have the letter N in front of their dollar sign or their peso sign looks like an American dollar sign right there. So it was N $10, meaning it was silver. As for the design, I like how it shows someone sticking out their tongue at us. This actually deals with an Aztec symbolism featuring the sunstone, and so it represents Tonatiuh and the fire mask. So I like the culture which is represented in Mexican coins. And this coin is still minted this year, so it's been made from 1997 until now. And so this has a decent foreign exchange value also. It is worth in United States currency 54 cents. It's about 5 cents per a Mexican peso. Catalog number KM616. I typically don't purchase that many United States coins. However, I will on occasion. This next one is one that I had never seen before. I didn't know it existed, and apparently I got a really good deal on it also. This was not a circulating coin. It is 100% only meant to be a commemorative coin. 2003 was the Centennial of Flight. So it was 2003 where the Wright Brothers had their first airplane flight. It happened in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, which is fairly close to the beach there. And that site today has this Wright Monument. It's something I would like to visit there someday. I have not done there. My sister-in-law has visited this place. We'll go ahead and flip this one over. And it features an image of that first flight of the Wright brothers. So you have one of them actually flying the plane as the second brother runs alongside it. And so I don't know if that was captured in a photograph or as a painting, but that is kind of the iconic look of the first flight. And so this coin was made in 2003, the centennial of America's first flight. There were 3 coins. The Mint made 3 coins to commemorate that. So this is the clad $50. They also made a silver $1 coin and a gold $10 coin. All of these, of course, are non-circulating coins. This one has a Pennsylvania or Philadelphia mint mark right here. And so they left these available to be purchased from the Mint directly for about a year. And I think they were going to cut off production at something like 750,000 of them, but they were going to make them on demand. So as people ordered them, they kept on making them. And it turned out there actually wasn't that big of a demand as they thought. So they ended up producing 109,000 proof versions of this coin, which they originally sold for $13.50. But this is not the proof version. This is the uncirculated version, which sold for $10.75 originally, and only 57,000 of those were purchased. I suppose that's why I haven't seen any for an American non-circulating coin. That's pretty low numbers, 57,000 of these. I only paid $2 for it. It's the only coin that I've purchased from this dealer. And according to Nemista, I got that at a pretty good price. They're not going to be that much of a premium, but they're going for about $15 to $17. So very happy to have this. My brother is really interested in flight. He thought this was really neat when I showed it to him. We're going to have some banknotes after we look at one more coin. This one's going to be a silver coin, and it's another coin. It's the only coin that I bought from this dealer. He did have some silver coins. He wanted a little bit over spot for them. And so the price on here was written a long time ago. So he said it was $6 or book value for 10%. And so he was very apologetic that, I'm sorry, if you were expecting to get this for $6, I can't do that. And I said, no problem. I wouldn't expect you to do that. I mean, I could, in the back of my mind, hope, but I'm certainly not going to insist that people sell coins for well below spot like that. So spot on this coin is going to be about $9. Let me go ahead and flip it over. It is, there's the silver content, so right at 1/3 of an ounce. It is a 50 francs coin from Belgium. It has the French legend on it, where they call their country Belgique. We have a lion with its front paw on the Belgium Constitution. It does have some unusual toning on it. I don't know if that helps or hurts the eye appeal of this coin. But as we come back to the head side here, we have this is supposed to represent Mercury. So spot price on this was going to be about $9.50, and so he ended up selling it for $10. So it's catalog KM 136.1. And I think there was another variety of it. I don't know if it was a metal versus coin rotation or what the other variety was, but there's a second version of the coin where it has Belgique instead of Belgique on the back. But yeah, the only coin that I purchased from this dealer, and that's where it says it's 83.5% silver. So there was one dealer where I purchased 3 banknotes, which we're going to look at right here. I believe each of these was $1. The first of these banknotes is going to be from Bolivia. Their currency at the time was the pesos bolivianos, so it's a 500 or 500 pesos bolivianos. Has a date on here of 1981. Underneath that pink and green stripes right there, there is a Bolivian crest which appears on a lot of their coins. The portrait here is Eduardo Avaroa. There's a window right here for a watermark, which you can kind of see through there. It's easier to see the watermark on the other side, I think. Now, when I first got this, it's like, hey, look at all those diagonal stripes that go through here. And I've eventually figured out that's not the way it was meant. Someone must have put this in one of those photo albums that has the diagonal glue in it, and it's actually discolored this note a little bit. Let's move on into the the village here. Can't read the name of the city there at the very bottom. So it says at the bottom it's made by the American Banknote Company. There is a nearly identical version of this note that was also made by the Thomas de la Rue Company. It has a different catalog number. This one is KM165A. And so if you get the de la Rue version, it's 166. There's also a security thread that runs through here. That security stripe does have some micro printing on it. I'm trying to, from a distance, it just looks like a full stripe, but it looks like probably BCB, so maybe it's Central Bank of Bolivia. Oh, of course, it'd be Banco Central de Bolivia. So it has those three letters printed on the stripe. And then it also has a UV light feature, so let me flip the lights here for just a moment. Turn off that light, turn off this light. We can't see anything until 500 pesos Bolivianos. Written in UV light on here. I don't think there is anything on the other side that was worth seeing. The second note is going to be from Jamaica. So even though Jamaica is controlled by the British, they have stopped putting Queen Elizabeth on their notes by this time. It says it here, issued under the Bank of Jamaica law 1960. That's when apparently that law came out. This note was actually produced in 1970. So it is a 50 cents coin, or note. Catalog P number 53. We've got Marcus Garvey on here. He appears on a lot of Jamaican coins. We've got the crest there in the middle. There is a pineapple watermark on here. We've got a security stripe that I don't think there's anything written on this one. And then as we flip this one over, we've got the window for the watermark over there. Then we've got this building right here. This is called Rodney's Memorial in Spanish Town. So the catalog value on this one's actually nice. I don't know if I would quite call this uncirculated. It's a little bit less than that, but uncirculated value of this note would be at $6. So our third note today is going to be from, I've heard this country pronounced two different ways, Eritrea or Eritrea. Oh, by the way, with the Jamaican note, I looked at it under the black light. It had some tiny fibers which were visible, but I didn't want to stop and show that too much. So on this Eritrean note, their currency is the Nakba. And the design here is called, it's a triptych of 3 children. So apparently this country has 9 nationalities which reside inside of it, so they're trying to blend the cultures with the 3 faces that we see here. And then this design on the left is a group of people raising the national flag. We see that design on their coins. And then we've got a yellow camel right here. The watermark, if you look on there, the watermark is also a camel. And then as we look at the camel, we flip it over, it's going to be the outline of the camel right there. So it does have a date of 1997 on this one. So as we come to the side, maybe we can see the camel a little bit better over here. So this one features some school children. In case you're wondering how the Eritrean currency is, this is the equivalent of, in the United States, 7 cents. but we've got a little bit of ultraviolet light action going on with this note as well. So again, let me turn off the first light, turn off the second light. And so we've got some straight fibers on this one. But more importantly, we've got the number 1. A bigger number 1 there in the middle, smaller one up there, down there, and then the little the straight threads that run through it. Alright, so that is all I've got for you in this video. Coins, a little bit of currency, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.